The evolution of money, ladies and gentlemen. Seashells, salt, gold and silver, precious metals. What I like to call fiat or fiat currency, credit and debit cards, and then the ultimate. Say it with me. Satoshis, ladies and gentlemen. Satoshis. What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode number 4 of Satoshi Saturday. I had to change the environment today because it is absolutely windy as I don't know what outside. Let me show you this. It's actually calmed down. It's one of the windiest days of the year. So I'm gonna try to get this done as best as I can. And I just couldn't walk around the neighborhood, but the show must go on. Today is Saturday, obviously, March 2nd, 2024. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Bitcoin block height. That is the price of Bitcoin today. And that, my friends, is how many Satoshis you can get for $1. Now, if you haven't noticed, it's gone up about 10 grand since last week. Now, you know, we had the best month ever, the month of February in 2024. That's neither here or there. It goes up and down, but it's going up forever.
Forever. Right.
What have we learned so far? If you haven't watched my previous videos, my Satoshi Saturdays, I suggest you do. I got a playlist down there. All you got to do is go to my channel, hit playlist, and I added one in there too, to how to be a millionaire. I made that at the end of September. And in that video, I talked about Satoshis and how many you need to get to be a millionaire. I think you know how many you need to get.
I like your glasses.
Thank you very much. Sorry guys, there's a lot of people here. So watch that one. That's like the pilot episode kind of. And then watch episode 1, 2, and 3 to build on what we're gonna be talking about today. So the two basic functions of money, like we said before, in last week's episode, is a store of value, number 1, but also number 2, it is a medium of exchange. I'm gonna give you 8 functions of money and figure out which one's the best. Now, I'm gonna use 3 different categories here, and 3 of them are in this shirt. We're gonna use gold and silver. When I say gold, I mean gold and silver, but mostly gold, but silver and gold go together. We're gonna use fiat currency and obviously Satoshis. Which one's the champion of money, especially in the digital age? Let's do a history lesson first, real quick. So the history lesson is gold's been around for 5,000 years, obviously for thousands of years. Fiat currency's been around for a couple of hundred years, depending on when you start, because some people say it started in 1690 and stuff like that, but the US dollar started not that long ago, and it's been a long time coming. It's been over 100 years, and it is the longest lasting fiat currency ever, because normally fiat currencies only last, I think it's 50 years or less or something like that. And there's been 6,000 fiat currencies, and all the ones, except for the ones that are alive today or around today, have all collapsed. And why do you think that is? So anyway, so we haven't used gold for money in a long time. We use fiat currency as a paper note because gold was the real money. But if you ask people on the streets, we know fiat currency is not really money. But if you ask people on the streets, what is this dollar bill or $10 bill or what's this debit card, they're gonna say money. So we're gonna use that definition today. Let's talk about the 8 characteristics. Durability. Now, all 3 of these monies are durable. Obviously, gold can't be destroyed. Bitcoin, you know, it's digital money. And obviously, paper notes are very durable, even though they can be burnt and stuff like that. But you can really put them in the wash machine, do whatever you want with fiat currency. And if a credit card breaks or something like that, you can get that back. So they're all the same with that one. The next one is portability. Gold is really not that portable. I mean, yeah, you can put some gold coins in your pocket. If you're talking about silver, it's very encumbersome. But you can't really take it, you know, on a plane or something like that over a certain amount. You can't do it with US dollars too. Now you can use a debit card or a credit card, of course, and nobody knows what you have. But it's very difficult to be portable or use precious metals as a portable money because, again, they're very heavy. And I know gold is a lot lighter than silver, but in comparison to fiat currency, debit cards, credit cards, and Bitcoin, obviously, Bitcoin and US dollars or fiat currencies are about a tie on that one. Divisibility. Well, obviously, gold is not the most divisible thing. I know you can get down to the fractions, you know, little grams and tenth ounces and stuff like that. They can be divided. But again, you know, I mean, you can do it technically, so I'll give them a little check mark on that. Silver, you can, do constitutional silver and fractionals and stuff like that. It's divisible. Obviously, US dollars, you can do as well. You can get down from, go down from $100 all the way down to $1, and it could be broken up to 1 penny, and that's 2 numbers behind the decimal point. So 0.0, if it's $1, 1.00, 2 decimal points. But Bitcoin obviously wins this because we're talking about Satoshis, ladies and gentlemen, and Satoshis are the most divisible money ever created. I mean, you got 1 Bitcoin, you got the 1 and then the dot, and then you got 8 numbers behind it. And also too, if it becomes really, really expensive Satoshis, they can be broken down into even smaller fractions of that. And I will get into that in another video for Satoshi Saturdays. So obviously Bitcoin is the winner for divisibility. Okay, fungibility. What does that mean? It means, because you have non-fungible and fungible. What it means is if I give you a $10 bill and let you borrow 10 bucks, and I say, give me my 10 bucks back next week, you don't have to give me the same $10 bill. You can give me a different $10 bill, so they're all uniform, they're all the same. You get $5 bills, you give me 10 $1 bills. So US dollars are definitely fungible. Same thing with gold. Gold can do that too. If you buy a gold coin or something like that, and you trade it into the coin shop, and then you want to buy another one, that same gold coin, if it's the same, of course, it could be American Eagle, or it depends on what it is, but definitely all American Eagles are the same. And the same thing with Satoshis. If I zap somebody 100,000 Satoshis and then tell you, hey, give me my 100,000 Satoshis back, unless of course it's a very special Satoshi that's like an historic one or something like that, they're pretty much the same. So fungibility, that's a tie for all of them. Acceptability, who accepts it? So let's talk about gold and silver. Will everybody accept gold and silver? No. And I'm not saying it's not worth anything or it's not worth more than fiat currency, but most people don't understand gold and silver. And even if you handed them a gold coin, even though they know there's value in that gold coin or that silver coin, or even if it's jewelry made of gold and silver, they have no way to check it and they don't really understand what it is. Yeah, you can Google it and stuff like that, but most people don't accept it, especially when you're talking about going to stores and buying stuff retail. People are not buying, for the most part, stuff with gold and silver. And if you do trade in a $50, because if you look at a gold coin, especially American Eagle, they're worth 50 bucks face value, and silver has that face value too. You never want to obviously change that in because the face value is nowhere near the value it is in the metal. So acceptability is not really good for gold and silver. Bitcoin, many people will not accept Bitcoin right now. Like I said in my last video, 90-something% of Bitcoins today are used as a store of value. Most people don't use it for a medium of exchange right now. And a lot of places just don't accept it because it's a new thing, but that's a good thing. And we'll get some more to that in more videos. But right now, it's not good for acceptability right now. So fiat currency obviously wins this category hands down. It's the most recognizable money. And I'm talking about US dollars. Any fiat currency though is accepted in their region, but we're talking specifically about the US dollar in this because the US dollar is just the king and cash is king. Although there are a lot of places that are not accepting cash, and they're trying to make everything digital, trying to get ready for the central bank digital currencies. In my personal opinion, yes, fiat currency definitely wins that. But what this administration did with taking Russia off of the SWIFT system, and also the BRICS nations getting together and adding more countries to the BRICS nations and talking about maybe backing their new currency with some hard assets, and also the US dollar losing their position as the petrodollar because Saudi Arabia and a lot of other countries don't want to use it anymore. Again, even though it is the king right now, I got a funny feeling in the future it won't be, but right now fiat currency definitely wins this category. Stability or stable, which one's the more stable currency? Well, gold and silver are very, very stable over the long term. Again, they've been here for thousands and thousands of years, and they don't have a lot of volatility, and they keep their value over long stretches of time. Again, thousands of years, no money is older than gold and silver, precious metals, and they are definitely very, very stable. Now, when it comes to fiat currency, obviously that's dead last. There's no stability at all in fiat currency because, not for nothing, they're printing money left and right, and the more you print, the less those dollars are worth and the more debasement of that currency. So they're definitely not stable. because even over the last couple of years, look how much purchasing power we've lost just on the fiat currency. And then when it comes to Satoshi's, aka Bitcoin right now, because again, what I talked about last week, it being volatile because it's a small asset and the stability is just not there yet. But although I will give them a bonus, because even though it's not stable, it's holding its value better over the long term. It's only 15 years old. It's definitely a better store of value. It's better a store of value from the time it started up till now than all three of them. But as far as stability goes, I got to give that to precious metal because it is the most stable. Although Bitcoin and Satoshis are worth more stability, I got to give it to precious metals. Another category is how secure is your money? How much security does it have? In other words, is it hard to duplicate? What's the difficulty to duplicate that? And I gotta say, it's very difficult to counterfeit US dollars, although people do it. But if you get caught, you're gonna get in a lot of trouble. But it is pretty difficult to do that. And also they try to counterfeit gold and silver coins as well. I actually bought some counterfeit and I didn't even know it. I bought a peace dollar, and it was counterfeit. When I went to sell it, they're like, "No, this is counterfeit." Didn't even know it. It's hard to do, but it can be done. Just like it's hard to do with fiat currency, and it can be done. It can't be done with Satoshis. You cannot copy Satoshis, even though there are copies out there of different cryptocurrencies out there, and people can do Bitcoin Satoshi Vision or Bitcoin Cash or or whatever, all these other ones, but you can't copy Satoshi. So for the security category, Satoshi wins that hands down. So let's talk about scarcity, the last one and most important one to me. How scarce are these assets? Are these three monies? So gold and silver, very scarce. Money is supposed to be hard and difficult to make, which makes it hard and difficult to get. Gold and silver has a vigorous process to mining. It's just very, very vigorous to do. And obviously with fiat currency, you got a money printer that can just print the money out, and now you got the digital money on a screen. You can just press some zeros and ones and just get the money right on the screen. So fiat currency is definitely not very scarce. There's plenty of them, but there's not a lot of gold and silver out there. But Satoshis, obviously, this is the hands down winner. There's only 2.1 quadrillion. I know that sounds like a lot. The issuance, everyone knows how much is issued. Nobody knows how many gold and silver ounces were issued today. We don't know how many fiat currency dollars were printed up today. So it's very easy to print a bunch of dollars. And compared to Satoshis and Bitcoin, even gold and silver are even easier to get because, again, we don't know how many ounces of gold out there. People can actually go out there and find it in their backyard or by a river or something like that. You can't do that with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a very vigorous mining process. I know gold and silver is too, but not like Bitcoin. Like, again, I can tell you how many Bitcoins, Satoshis, were mined today. It's 900 Bitcoin and that many Satoshis today, and I know exactly what the issuance is. So again, hands down, Satoshis definitely wins this category. Guys, in summary, the reason I do these videos is because I want people to understand what Bitcoin is. I just met a young lady, Rosemary, welcome to the channel. I gave her some sats. And the reason I do these videos is because people don't know or don't understand. They think Ethereum, a lot of that stuff is Bitcoin, and it's not.
There is no second best.
The more people we wake up to the tyranny of what's going on with our debasement of money and everything else, the more people we can get on a free and fair money, and that's Satoshis. And not for nothing, people don't even understand inflation. They don't know that our money is broken. Fiat currency is dying and Satoshis are thriving, guys. And again, the question is, which money would you rather have? And I understand that as a medium of exchange, Bitcoin's not there, but every day, week, month, and year that goes by, Satoshis are being more and more accepted all around the world. Like I said, fiat currency is not. More and more people are using fiat currencies less and less and going into Bitcoin, especially third world countries. I mean, guys, Bitcoin has hit an all-time high in 30 plus countries. And with all these ETFs and everything coming in, the floodgate of money is going to show people that, hey, I don't want to lose my value, so I'm going to buy Bitcoin. And then when the FOMO kicks in and people start realizing what it is, they're going to say, holy crap. And then they're going to start studying it. And that's when we are going to be winning. I'm coming from a traditional finance background. And then once I found out about gold and silver, I absolutely love gold and silver. But at the end of the day, it's a dying money. It's manipulated by the paper market. And if you haven't checked lately, the Bitcoin ETFs are almost to half of what the gold ETFs are. And they started in 2004, the gold ETFs, and Bitcoin started 35 days ago. 35 trading days are almost half of what gold is. And again, man, if we need to find more gold and silver, it's very difficult to do it, but we can find it with technology as technology gets better. And obviously you can print the fiat. You can't do that with Bitcoin. You can't print Satoshis, guys. You can't do it. It's a finite item. And every time you guys buy Satoshis and put them away in cold storage, you are putting away the hardest money in the world that the world has ever seen, guys. In a digital world, it's a digital money that the world doesn't know that it needs yet. Inflation is theft, guys. That's just what it is. I know that's a harsh word to say. I know if you're new to the money situation and everything that's going on, that's what happens when the Fed and the government overspend and they print more money. When they print dollars up to overspend on things that we don't need, and it's just theft, guys. It's just theft. And so again, man, when you're stacking Satoshis, study them as much as you can, because it is, I'm telling you guys, it is generational wealth.
If this stuff's worth $1 million each and you got 3 coins, I don't care when you bought them. You need to treat that like a $3 million asset, not a $100,000 asset. How much Bitcoin do you have? 3? Well, how much is that worth? 100 grand? No, dude, you just told me it's worth $1 million each, okay? So you don't treat it like it's a $100,000 property. You treat it like it's a $3 million property. That's a very different position. And no one's actually behaving properly. They're not behaving like mature professionals who were sitting on a $50 to $100 trillion asset class.
Your family will be very thankful that you study Bitcoin, because your family can never get the prices that you're paying today. Even though I know it's up, $10,000 from next week or whatever. I don't even like measuring Satoshis in dollars, to be completely honest. I just look at the purchasing power. But again, that's for another video. But at the end of the day, guys, you guys work your butt off for your money. I know you guys want to do the best for you, your family, and your legacy and your generations. And I'm telling you right now, everybody else that doesn't know about Bitcoin is going to be way behind the ball, but you're not, because you tuned in to Satoshi Saturday. So do you and your family a favor. And again, I'm going to say it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. Stack those Satoshis today so you don't have to work for those same Satoshis tomorrow. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.